100 איש זה ממש אינטימי.
About 50 of you are black boxes. Come on, guys. You know how much you hate this with your teachers, with your kids.
Yeah, we're going to set a good example tonight.
לומדים. כשלומדים, אנחנו כמו תלמידים, אנחנו לוקחים את כל השיטות שלהם, ואפילו משכללים אותם. זה לא משנה באיזה גיל, זה לא משנה באיזו מסגרת. אוקיי.
הזום בעברית או באנגלית? אני רק רוצה להודיע לקולגיות שלי.
באנגלית.
תודה.
גייל, I just have a question. I noticed that
I hear your voice. I see. Okay.
אפשר go live?
מה?
כן, עשינו את זה. את רואה את האייקון האדום למעלה בפינה, מצד שמאל?
הנה יופי, מעולה.
אנחנו באוויר.
מעולה, אוקיי. אז good evening to you all again. And now I'm going to share my presentation.
Wow, I see so many people.
Okay, Liאת, should we start?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start in Hebrew, and then we're going to switch to English. שלום לכולם, ערב טוב, שמי רחל, ואנחנו בסדנה שתעסוק בנושא תרגול ושיפור האנגלית דבורה בעזרת בינה מלאכותית. המפגש יינתן ברובו בשפה האנגלית, כאמור, אבל לפני כן אני שמחה מאוד להזמין את דוקטור ציונה לוי, מנהלת אגף שפות של המזכירות הפדגוגית, משרד החינוך ומפמ"ר על הוראת אנגלית. I am very pleased to introduce Dr. Tsiona Levy, Chief Inspector of the English Language Education and Director of the Department of Languages in the MOE. Tsiona.
Thank you, Rachel. What can I say? I see at 8:30 in the evening teachers that I know for so many years, and I'm really proud that, as always, English is in the front of change, front of innovation, always doing the best, always professionally encouraging and engaging and doing whatever they can to make English thrive with their students, even in these days, and I'm very, very happy to be here. AI is like the next step for us, and connecting it to the oral course of the Dig Into Digital, it was like the most expected thing to do, and I'm very happy that we have partners to work with, talking about the whole big team here of what in Hebrew is called MOP, and in English is called research and development. And of course my team members of always, national counselors, Geyl is with you, and Sigalit and Maha. I don't see anyone because you put me on big view.
Yeah, so, I'm sorry.
And Dana is also here.
Who is here? Now I can see who's here again.
Dana as national counselors.
Dana is here. Wonderful.
Good evening.
And I see so many friends and colleagues over the years, so I'm very, very proud and intrigued by this meeting. So I'm sure you will have a good time and learn a lot and continue the good work that you're doing, and I know that you also will have to bear me tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock. I see, Luba is also here, and Irena. I said, oh, great.
Where is Luba?
Luba is here. I think I saw Aviva Chatzor. I think I saw Rachel Tal. I heard her name. I saw Aviva.
Luba should be here. It's correct.
Great.
Be here, Luba. Yeah.
So enjoy a very, very productive evening, and cheers, even in these difficult days.
Thank you so much, Tsiona, for coming here. And Rachel?
Thank you so much.
I'm going to bring back my presentation.
Okay, so after that great introduction from Ziona, we'd like to again welcome all of you for joining us tonight. It's not a given in times like these to spend your evening together with us. My name is Rachel, and I am a national counselor in the Research and Development Department of the Ministry of Education. And today's workshop is a part of a series that we've developed by the Institute for Applied Research of AI and Education, which is a branch of R&D. And we're very happy to have developed this particular workshop with our fantastic partners in the English department. The Institute developed these workshops in response to the current situation to support educators in integrating AI tools into teaching practices. And the workshops offer practical ideas. Liat, if you could please... Yes, so those of you who have already attended a few of our workshops will note that we have a variety of different topics. Everything is available on the website, both the workshops that we have already conducted in the past few days, and of course you may sign up for the ones that we will be hosting next week. You're more than welcome. Those will be in Hebrew. And we encourage you to go to the website and download the materials and look at the information there and share it with your colleagues. And as Ron explained, this workshop is being recorded and shared live right now on YouTube. We'd also like to bring your attention to the searchable repository of over 180 evidence-based teaching practices already up and running on the portal for teachers, portal לעובדי ההוראה. We recently added 11 new practices utilizing AI, and we will soon be publishing even more practices in English for English teachers to incorporate these AI tools and platforms into your teaching practice. We know that many of you are already doing this, and that you're already active in groups like Teaching English with AI. If you have ideas and practices of your own that you've been testing and trying out, and you'd like to recommend, please contact us or contact your English inspector or your counselor so that we can help to work with you to gather these practices and put them up on the website. And I will take this opportunity to remind all of us as well that the MOE has recently issued a policy regarding generative AI. This policy is a work in progress. As the tech develops, we are also developing the policy. The link is embedded here, and I'll send it out in the chat, and you can download the presentation and get that link off of there. For those of you who don't know it, you go into as it's written here in the menu, the למידה משולבת, and then you pull down בינה מלאכותית יוצרת, and you will get the links to the policy there. One last point specifically about the workshop tonight. We're a lot of people and we have a lot we want to share with you. So please, please keep your questions for the end. We promise we will give you time to ask your questions. You may write in the chat during the lecture, but please do not interrupt with questions. It's hard for everybody to keep with the flow. So thank you very much. And now I would like to hand things over to Liat, who will be leading today's workshop.
Thank you very much, Rachel. I'm going to introduce our team. Some of them you already know. Here is with me Singlet Arditi, National Counselor, English Inspectorate, and also Geyl Singers, National Counselor and English Inspectorate also, and Rachel Jacobson, you are Information Curator, R&D Department of AI Institute, and I'm Liat, a researcher and leading the experiment in spoken English at the R&D AI Institute. So what are today's goal? We will learn how AI application can address the current challenges of teaching English. We will get to know some AI application designed for practicing speaking English, and we will discuss how to integrate this application into your teaching practice, especially during this period. So let's get started. Please write in the chat, how has the current emergency situation made teaching spoken English more challenging for you or your students? You can write in the chat. Ari, thank you for starting levels of student participation. Rinat says kids don't want to participate and speak. Irina, yeah, in every aspect, yeah. They switch to mute. Nobody. It's for me. Students tend to speak less on Zoom. Yes, it's true. Black squares. Yeah, we know that problem. Students don't like to speak on Zoom. Yeah, Zoom or no Zoom. Avoiding face-to-face interaction. Yes. Evita says teachers feel overwhelmed and can't keep up with everyone. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. We have kids who are displaced, groups suddenly mixed, random students from different areas of Israel in our classroom. They don't want to speak. External. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. I'll tell you, this is not only your problem. I want to introduce you to Yuval. Yuval is 9th grade, and Yuval prefers memes and sound bites. He also online 24/7. He's a master of copy paste. He's willing to learn when and where it's convenient for him. He considers himself a global citizen, and is very popular among his peers, and understands and reads English, but he refuses to speak in class. There's a room for improvement in grammar and also a little bit in vocabulary. I assume you have students like Yuval in your class, maybe different. Keep it in your mind, and we'll talk about it later. So we know that teaching English as a second language is a complex challenge, both for teachers and students all around the world. According to research, we know the challenges include subjective causes like teaching methods, knowledge of digital platforms and how to use them, objective causes which are not under our control, such as large classes, heterogeneous learning abilities and levels, tech accessibility limitations, and there are also the student challenges, general motivation issues, lack of confidence or anxiety, learning abilities and strategies, particular issues like stress because of the current situation. So for those who are new to AI, here is a plain explanation to AI. AI is when a computer gains the skills and abilities of human beings. AI systems are programmed to think and act like humans, even draw conclusions and solve problems. For example, speaking in natural language, identifying and sorting photos, identifying faces. Through a process of trial and error over time, the machine learns and we can train it. There are platforms based on this technology that enables us to correct our English, like Grammarly, Google Spell Check, create transcripts, respond to our questions, even converse. By the way, what is the difference between Google and AI? Google search is designed to find and provide you with information from the internet based on keywords we type in. It gives us links, facts, articles, images, according to what we ask for. An AI assistant like GPT, for example, has natural language processing capabilities that allow it to have conversations and interact with us in a more human-like way. It can understand context and have a back and forth discussion. So it's good to use AI when you want to ask why and how. So why AI in spoken English or any other language? Current platforms are working on these abilities. Interactive experience, Automated and immediate feedback. Personalized learning is when the system identify and the level of the learner and adapt activities to him or her. Learning analytics, data analysis to understand the broader picture, like students' progress over time and comparative progress among classes, and a dashboard, which is a user-friendly presentation of data like you see here in the picture. Now we're going to demonstrate one product. There are many good products to choose from, and we chose to demo this one today because it's already state of development, it's user-friendly, and these days it's also open to everyone who has a ministry education identification. Just to clarify, this platform was designed for use with 7th and 8th graders, but can be used also for higher grades, including COB preparation. And now I would like to invite Dr. Maha Al-Wadat, a school teacher and college lecturer, national counselor, and EdTech developer. During this demo, we'd like you to think about how it can help to overcome the challenges you mentioned at the beginning of this meeting. Maha, welcome.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Now is mine. Okay, so I will share my screen. Cool. So second nature actually is like this. The purpose of second nature is to let the students practice speaking, even from junior high school. So as it's mentioned, it's created for 7th grades, but we will use it for 8th and 9th and even for 10th grades as you like. So this site needs is the Hout Misat Khinuch. Simply you can enter, it's secured, so students will enter like this and they will get to the page. So I will demonstrate 3 examples about Thomas Edison. So the first one is a scripted role play, and it will start like this. I will skip this. I think I shared the sound. Nope. Yes. Okay. So here it will ask me to join, so I will join.
Hey Maha, you're about to roleplay with Ben. Are you ready to begin?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, great. Here we go.
Hey, did you know Thomas Edison faced challenges and had a hard time in school?
Really? I didn't know that. What difficulties did he have? So in this demo, there is like students will read a script. It's already there. So students will learn how to read. They will learn how to listen, and they will do this activity. Of course, they are speaking to the avatar. Now, I will not go on with this one. I will take you to another example. It's similar to this, but it's video comprehension. Remember the video I skipped it later before a few minutes. So after the students watch the video, they will join again with another one, and then.
Hey Maha, you're about to roleplay with Liam.
Well,
this interactive
Edison struggled in
simulation
school,
contains
but he
questions
improved
based on the
his
video
reading
you
and
just
experimenting
watched.
skills with the
Are
help.
you ready to begin?
Yes, I'm ready.
It's go time. Let's do this.
Hey, I'm going to ask you questions about the video. Please use full sentences. When and where was Thomas Edison born?
Thomas Edison was born in Milano, Ohio on February 11th, 1847. So you see, in this activity, the avatar will ask me questions and I will answer from this table. So basically, this is like a repetition from the video. Now, let's go to the fun side of it. There's another unit, which is also about Thomas Edison, but this time it's interview. We will interview Thomas Edison and we'll ask a few questions. So I will join.
Hey Maha, you're about to roleplay with Thomas Edison.
Hey Maha, I'm happy to be having this interview. What do you want to know?
Well, I want to know, why are you famous?
I'm famous for inventing the light bulb and many other important things that changed the world.
This is good to hear. So where do you live?
I used to live in New Jersey, but now I'm no longer alive.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but you are still famous. How did you choose which inventions to focus on?
I focused on inventions that could make people's lives easier and better.
Do you have any invention that you didn't invent and you wanted to invent?
No, I was always focused on my own ideas and inventions.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Maha. It was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too. So if you notice that, I have already prepared the questions, but I also asked the questions that I wanted to ask. And this will happen also with the students, because this site will encourage them to ask and to ask questions about the topic. So at this point, I will end my simulation, and then I will get analysis about my performance. It will take like a few minutes, and then my evaluation will appear. Okay, I will see my evaluation. And in this evaluation, you will see the grade, you will see how you performed. You also will hear yourself talking. And as teachers, you also follow your students. So if you assign any of the units as homework, you will check how they performed, how they spoke, how they relate to the questions, and what are their mistakes actually. So it will take like a few minutes. And as a teacher also, you can see all the students. It's here, team overview. If I click here, you will see my students and their grades, the units that they did. You see? So this is a student page. Students can see this page also as a teacher, as well as the teacher can see it. So you see, you will see the clarity, you will see my pace, filler words, you will hear to me speaking if you click here. What else? Oh, so here are the questions that I asked, how I did, what I used. You see? So this one is very important for the students because they have to follow their progress as well as the teachers. So I think this is it for now. Oh, let me show you the material that we have here. We have lots of well-prepared material for the teachers, and you can use and choose actually whatever suits your students. So we have colors here, and it reflects the level of the difficulty. Come on. My page is stuck now. Oh, yeah. You see? You can also choose for 9th graders, for native speakers, for even 10th graders, and it's open for all now, not only for 7th grades or 8th grades. So it's open for everyone, and they are free to use it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Maha. You'll get the link and you can experience it yourself in a few moments. And I am getting back to my presentation. So now I would like to introduce two more tools. This meeting is not a full instruction of them, but just a tiny tasting that should clarify the capabilities of these tools and to arouse your desire to examine them and implement them in your class. The first one I'm going to show you now is Beyond Virtual. Beyond virtual, they has developed a virtual, digital, immersive, and interactive virtual human characters loaded with relevant content or your own personalized content that simulate everyday conversation. Here is a short clip to taste.
Hey, I'm Ozzy, and today we'll take the assessment challenge issued by the Ministries of Education and Science, Technology and Innovation. First of all, you will be able to hear an article about innovation at the FIFA World Cup. Then, listen carefully to the 10 questions and answer them. Let's start with some listening comprehension. What's the special thing about where this World Cup takes place?
It's the first one in the Arab world.
Magnificent. Here is another question for you. What kind of gender-related breakthrough happens in Qatar 2022?
It's the first time that female referees are working men's games in World Cup.
Fantastic. Here is another question for you. What's the special thing about the new goal line technology?
It's very, very quick, I think.
This isn't the right answer, sorry. Here is the right answer. The new type of goal line technology sends the decision to the referee, instead of the referee needing to look at the camera and decide on his or her own.
Okay, I just want to say, by the way, that the entrepreneurs of these two platforms are here in the crowd, and in the end of the session or during the experience in a few moments, you can ask them questions. Also, you can write your questions in the chat and they will answer you. So I'm gonna show you the last product, which is Speaking Pearl. It's also a short clip and also open with the Ministry of Education ID. This time it's in Hebrew.
שלום וברוכים הבאים לספיקינג פל, סביבה ללימוד אנגלית דבורה. הנה 7 סיבות בקצרה. סיבה ראשונה, התרגול אצלנו הוא בעזרת סימולטור שיחה חווייתי שתלמידים אוהבים. בואו נראה בקצרה את חוויית התרגול בסימולטור.
The test was postponed. Now we have time to study.
We should start studying for the math test.
How can you remember so many equations?
I don't. I write them down on little pieces of paper.
But we're not allowed to bring anything to the exam.
I know. I memorize everything before the test.
You must have a great memory.
Then why do I always forget when the exam is? אחרי התרגול אני יכול לראות את הביצוע, אני רואה באדום את הדברים שלא טובים ויכול להתמקד בשיפור. סיבה שנייה, לוח בקרה וניהול חכם שמורות אוהבות. בתמונה שמולנו רואים את המבט הכללי בו רואים את הכיתות אחת ליד השנייה. ובתמונה הזאת רואים מבט של כיתה, כשבצד שמאל נתוני האנגלית, speaking, comprehension ועוד, ובצד ימין הנתונים הרגשיים חברתיים. ובמבט הזה רואים את רשימת התלמידים, ולכל תלמיד את כל נתוני הביצוע שלו. וכמובן שאפשר להיכנס לנתוני תלמיד בודד, לראות את כל הנתונים ותובנות נוספות.
Okay. Now we would like to ask you to choose one of these apps, and Rachel will give you the 3 links in the chat, yeah, and try them out. You have about 10 minutes, and during these 10 minutes you can ask questions in the chat or maybe out loud, but we give you the time, and afterwards we are going to speak a little about pedagogy around these platforms. So we start now, maybe 8 to 10, yeah, until 9 and 10, okay? שוב מזכירה, אנחנו נוכל לשאול שאלות, את היזמים, בסוף המפגש, הם יישארו, הם נמצאים איתנו כאן, ותוכלו לשאול אותם והם יענו, וגם אפשר לשאול עכשיו בצ'אט, ואריאל וערן כאן איתנו ויוכלו לענות לכם. ספיקינג פאל זה מתוך האתר של משרד החינוך. אתה צריך ID. רק נכנסים עם ההזדהות ואתה מיד בפנים. הנה, אייל אשד איתנו. תודה אייל שהצטרפת, לא ידענו אם אתה פה או לא, אבל נפלא, תודה רבה.
אין לי ID של משרד החינוך, אני במכללה, יש דרך להיכנס לאחד מהם?
לצערי לא. לביונד וירטואל את יכולה להתנסות, שני הכלים האחרים זה רק כשיש הזדהות.
אז כתוב שגם בביונד וירטואל רשימת סגורה כעת.
נתנו לינק להתנסות עם האתר של ביונד.
ליאת שלחה את זה קודם, או ליאת או רחל.
הכניסה הנה שוב שלושת הלינקים, את מוזמנת להיכנס לביונד ולנסות, זה פתוח ספציפית הכלי הזה.
אפשר לשאול משהו?
בבקשה.
אפשר להיכנס מהטלפון? כי לא נותן לי להיכנס מהטלפון.
לאן את מנסה להיכנס?
בקישורים.
לא, דווקא אני הצלחתי להיכנס בלי שום בעיה לספיקינג פאל, זה בטוח דרך הטלפון. Second Nature וביונד אני לא זוכרת אם ניסיתי. חברים, אתם מוזמנים לעזור.
ביונד בביונד אפשר להתאמן על השיחה, אי אפשר לעשות בנייה דרך הטלפון, אבל שיחה אפשר להתאמן דרך הטלפון.
ספיקינג פאל בנוי גם לטלפון, את צריכה להוריד אבל אפליקציה מחנות האנדרואיד או האייפון שלך, ואז כניסה עם הזדהות משרד החינוך באותה צורה.
כן.
איזה אפליקציה?
אני רושם בצ'אט, פשוט תכתבי את זה בחנות.
תודה.
Second Nature לא עובד דרך הפלאפון.
נכון, Second Nature רק דסקטופ או דרך טאבלטים של אנדרואיד?
It's too bad. If it's meant for students, it should be also be, enable the option of using a phone because, fine, our kids are always on their phones.
You're right. True.
מה שאנחנו צריכים לשמור לעתיד, שיהיה לנו גם על מה לעבוד, אחרת מה, הכל יהיה מוכן.
Okay, that's true.
נכון.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yes, please.
I've gone into the speaking pal, and I went through משרד החינוך. How do I begin? It says that I need something to get to my students first. What do I have to do here?
Yeah, so you got into the teacher's dashboard. You're not connected, so you can't see your students yet, but you can practice the English simulator by pressing there's a button says Speaking Pal app. Press that button, it will open another tab in your browser and you will be able to practice the speaking as you saw in the video.
So which button do I do first? Press first?
Speaking Pal app. It should also show you, it should be written on your screen, but you have it also on the left side, Speaking Pal app.
Okay, יש לנו question מארי. Very interesting question. Can the AI act as an interactive dictionary? I don't know the answer. I think yes, but I don't know if the avatars of these tools can act like a dictionary.
So in Speaking Pal, we have a glossary for all the words. You can go from the sentence to a single word and have a card for the word.
Okay.
In Beyond Virtual, you can connect it to an API of a dictionary and ask the questions, and it will give you the answers and getting back into the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The question is why you want an interactive dictionary in an application that's to practice speaking. You can use ChatGPT as an interactive dictionary very easily on the site if you want, or any other online dictionary. I don't think it needs to be integrated into the application.
אוקיי. טוב, אנחנו עברנו 10 דקות של התנסות, אני מקווה שהספקתם, בטח לא חקרתם את הכל, עברתי לעברית, זה הכי נוח.
It's the time of the day, Liat, that's it, your English has disappeared.
שכחתי שצריך לדבר באנגלית. אוקיי. So now it's your turn, Sigalit. Talk to us and later we'll discuss a little bit about these tools.
Sure. So I'll be talking about redefining our role as teachers. So in the age of AI, our role as teachers is changing to one of a facilitator. And just as we choose the appropriate textbooks or materials and we think carefully about them, we have to understand which platforms are at our disposal, what they can do or cannot do, and how to best implement the resources that we have. So in other words, which teaching and learning goals can be implemented by me as a teacher, and which tools are available to me and are at my disposal by the AI. Also, how can I use the AI effectively for my students' benefit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can...
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
so,
Gayl?
Okay, so hi everybody, and what we're going to do now is take a look at a form that we prepared. I actually, I'm going to share the form with you. just for 1 second, because
I shared it, the link on the chat.
Okay. The form is a way for you to take a look at the app that you're looking at and think about what you want to do with it. So it asks you about what opportunities, is there personalization, is there responsivity, assessment, analysis, usability, how could you use it in your classroom? And what we'd like for you to do right now is to think of the tool that you managed to play with or saw a bit of a demo about. Go into this link now. You can either scan it or Sigalit has posted it in the link in the chat, and fill in the table. Even if you don't have the exact answers, it's just to give you a sort of thinking exercise of what are the things that we're looking at when we're looking at apps that we want to use in the classroom.
Excuse me, Gail. It says 1 till 5. Which one is the top, which is the opposite? You didn't mention, I'm sorry.
The 1 is the lowest and the 5 is the highest, Avital. Hi.
Okay, so everybody should know that.
Yes. Good, we're starting to get some responses.
Really difficult to assess the tool by just experiencing it for like 10 minutes or even less.
Yes, I said that. I said don't take it too seriously. Just
it's not even having
basically let's you know what?
I don't know. Like the option for I don't know, or I haven't gotten to it yet.
We are taking into account that there wasn't really a lot of time for you to assess the tool. So you'll have more time, and you have the links, and you can do it also later on. If you feel that you can't do it right now, but if you do, at least choose the tool that you feel that you explore the most.
One is the lowest.
Do you know like what I mean? I mean, look.
Just
we
please,
have like
1
minutes.
second, Sanya, 1 second. Francine, 1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest. I just want to emphasize again, this is just a thinking exercise to give you a tool to assess things in the future. We're not expecting you to do a deep dive analysis right now. Okay,
Yeah,
and we're going to stop.
Yeah, way of thinking
Exactly.
about tools.
Fantastic. We've got 34 responses already.
And there was a question about the reps. They are here, and they'll answer your questions.
Okay, so can we move on?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
So let's think about when we choose an AI-based tool, what do we ask ourselves? We ask, what are my teaching goals? What are the students' learning goals? How can the tool support me in reaching these goals? And the most important thing is, what is the added value of the digital tool? Many times we get like really excited with a new tool, with a new. It doesn't necessarily. It doesn't have to be an AI tool. It could be a digital tool that is very exciting, and sometimes we force it. We want so much to use it that we force it. But we have to think, what do I need, first of all, pedagogically? What do I need to achieve? And is this tool really suitable for me? Or in other words, what is the added value of the digital tool to my lesson? And now some more ideas what you can do with digital tools. So we tend to think, most of us, that when we have a digital tool, one student will work with one tool. So the student will work alone with the tool. But we can also think that students can collaborate and sit in pairs or small groups and work on the tool and then submit the task to the teacher in a common area. And when we talk about speaking tasks, sometimes we can have a lot of noise or we don't have enough room in the lab or the room where the students are working. So we can offer alternatives. Students can go to the yard, or they can find a quiet corner somewhere in the school. They can maybe take the tablet or laptop or smartphone or whatever they have, and they can work from there. And that's one way to avoid the noise. Geyl, over to you.
Okay, so the other thing is that we can have mixed ability students, a more able student with a less able student, sitting together, working on the app or off the app, talking to each other, helping each other. And a less able student can also help a more able student, because it's actually like the app. They might not understand them, and then they have to think how to clarify themselves and speak more simply maybe, and different things like that. Perhaps improve their pronunciation. And the same thing, they can work with an app in pairs together, giving each other feedback or playing a game like the 20 questions that you've got, or any other game that you set. In many of these apps, you can actually add your own content and material, and they can work together and give each other feedback. And I got to the last point. Yes, you can personalize a lot of these apps for the population that you're teaching, for the type of class, the level of the class, in terms of their age, and the level of the class in terms of, you could have a 12th grade very weak class that you want to practice with, and you could have a 10th grade very strong class who do much more difficult tasks. So you can cater to differential needs inside a class by dividing the kids to do different things, or for your different classes.
Okay. Thank you, Geyl. And thank you, Sigalit. Thank you so much for these insights. We are running out of time, so we're going to bring the workshop to a close. Please, you may ask questions and get some answers from the entrepreneurs. You can stay here and discuss whatever you like. We invite those of you who wish to go to sleep. Yes, we invite you to leave the session. Please take care of yourself and stay safe. And we are here to discuss with you whatever. You can raise hand or can open.
May I ask a question, please?
Yeah, sure.
I would like to ask a question. Hi, my name is Talia. I would like to ask a question about Speaking Pal. I downloaded the app and just went into one of the activities. It looks nice. However, how I as a teacher can see the progress of my students?
Hi, Talia. So you get the dashboard when you log in through the ministry. At the moment, if you're not connected, you can't see your students in classes. But
no,
once your school...
I did connect through my identification in of the ministry. But yeah, so, I think it logged me in as a student, not as a teacher, if there's a difference.
No, you logged in as a teacher, but without your school sharing information with Speaking Pal, we can't get the list of students and classes and teams that you teach. So, רכז תקשוב, your IT coordinator in
so
school.
at the moment, if I encourage my students to download the app and log in, they will work independently and I will not see their progress.
You will see them as soon as you will, even if you'll do it in a week. Everything is saved and you will see that as soon as you're connected. Your school is sharing information with us. It takes 2 minutes. If you want, you can connect that. I don't want to waste the other's time. You can connect me. We'll explain that to your IT
How can I
coordinator.
contact you? How can I contact you?
I'll leave my phone here. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks.
אוקיי, רק נאמר שכל החומרים יעלו כהקלטה וישלחו, אני רואה שיש שאלות, אז תקבלו כמובן גם את ההקלטה וגם את המצגת לכל מי שמעוניין. תודה רבה, יש עוד שאלות?
Which one of these tools is most suitable for high school students? This is to the expert.
Yeah, let me answer her, please. Hi, Rachel. It depends on the content, and they can all be adapted for high school.
Okay.
It depends what's put into them.
Okay.
In Speaking Pal, we have content from pre-A1 to C1, meaning from elementary to academic level in Israel. We have a lot of content for high school as well.
Okay.
וגם אני חושבת שבכלים שאפשר להוסיף קונטנט משלך, כן? So it's suitable for everyone.
Yeah,
it's open.
Our platform is very, very agile. You can do everything from a basic elementary school pronunciation drills or spelling drills to business simulations. It's a canvas, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked if this can be used online. I presume you're talking about if it can be used in a Zoom. You're going to have to try. I'm not sure, though.
My question, if you're talking about my question, hi, my name is Esther. I'm asking about the collaborative bit, about the group work. And right now we are mostly Zooming and the students are home on their own. Is it real-time online collaboration that you're talking about? Because I did not see this feature. Or are you talking about group work physically at school, being together in pairs and so on?
First of all, you can always put them into breakout rooms. I'm not sure if the app would work, but you can adapt that and then they can do something else with the app. You'd need to check if one of the students opens the app and shares it and the microphones are open. It's worth checking. Challenge for our three providers here.
So again, in Speaking Pal, you have a mode of self-practicing, speaking, and we have pair practicing. It is intended to do together at the same space. So it's intended to usually do in class together. They speak English with each other based on the script that each one is taking a script, and they actually, instead of speaking with the character, a video character, they speak with their friends, and that's the pair practice. We have some group projects. I'll not talk about that now, just to save time. But we do have pair speaking in the app.
So that sounds very cool. So I think with Second Nature is similar. We've seen students that use it in the classroom in Kitat Machshavim, and some that use it at home. Some modes allow you to review and give feedback to one student to another, so reviewing someone else's sessions, giving them feedback. There's a lot of flexibility in the system that can be done.
Okay, but not synchronic, working together on Zoom, talking to...
For us, no. For us, it's working on the tool, not inside Zoom.
Okay.
I have a general question. It's very, very general, but we didn't really have time to look through them. Is it relatively easy for people who are not knowledgeable to add content? I mean, I know it's a real general question, but just to know, and if so, which one would be easier to add content on a high school level?
I can speak for myself. Seminar Kibbutzim were our design partners in crafting, in creating teacher templates, actually. So we created some kind of a quiz that you can create in 2-3 minutes, like a Kahoot level of easiness. So feel free to try it.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and then for us as well, like if you want, we can connect offline. There's a support group on chat, and Gabi left her number. We can walk you through it. Like I cannot comment for the other platforms. Obviously, each one of us is our own.
But it's relatively easy for people who are not really knowledgeable. That's like my main
yes, you
thing.
don't have to have a PhD in computer science for this.
Okay,
yet.
great. Not yet. Okay, great. Thanks.
More questions?
Yeah, I have a question. I just want to know which platform is using a chatbot, if any?
All of them.
A textual one?
No, a chatbot. She said chatbot, like GPT.
A chatbot that you are able to have a conversation with, that can reply live on the things
All
that
of them. All of them.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them? Well, I didn't see the option in any of them. Not well, at least not in Speaking Pal or the Second Nature when I went into it. So, do you guys give any tutorials?
In Speaking Pal, it's not open for you yet. So you're correct. It's not an open chatbot.
In Beyond Virtual, there's an option of having a free-flowing conversation based on the personality that you get to choose after the virtual human. And there are also tutorials I put in the WhatsApp group that I referred to, so you feel free to get in and see how it works.
The Second Nature is the same. Like you can have a free-form conversation with a persona, but what we found is that most organizations want to have some more educational focus rather than a kind of a wide open conversation. So it might be on a specific inventor or a specific topic, or the use of an AI for something, or the invention of the light bulb or something like that. And then you have in that context an open conversation. In terms of chatbot, like this is like spoken English, so it's all voice and not text, right? So that's the kind of the point of it. So for us, it's voice and not text.
And just add that when you have a free conversation on one of the chatbots, it's not very structured. And the aim for EFL students is to have structure and guidance. And so that's the advantage of the tools that we have shown here. Otherwise, anybody can use any of the chats, and it just won't be structured.
I'll tell you what my issue is. The whole point of the COBE is for students to produce language freely based on a prompt. So if the practice also has the prompt built into it, which means that they just have to read it, they don't really produce it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Almost. Like I think that for us, for example, you could say this can be an open conversation about what you did in the summer. So it'll be an open conversation. You'll be asked questions, and you can ask questions back about the avatar and what they did in their summer vacation, so on and so forth, right? So you can ask whatever you'd like, and the avatar would respond about her experience during the summer. But it would be confined to kind of the summer vacation topic. Same could be for like eating out in a restaurant and so on. It's not scripted per se, but it's guided towards a certain topic with certain vocabulary, etc.
So basically what Shonit is saying, I think, is that you would like the guidance, the prompt, the idea, but without all the questions or telling them to read out questions, but for them to think of it themselves. Exactly. And yes, that's one of the things that that we need for high school. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. So that's available. And Shonit, you're welcome to join the WhatsApp group on the chat, and we can kind of walk through it in more details. Just that like time here is pretty limited. I'm sure that Eran can put his WhatsApp group as well and has similar things.
Thanks.
We are very much experienced with preparing students to COBE and to other global speaking tests, which are almost similar. And although the practice is by reading sentences, it is structured and prepares you very well to answer freely, spontaneously, to open questions later. And that's, again, I can elaborate more in a smaller forum maybe, but ETS is using it for TOEFL, TOEFL Junior, and to use it for COBE, we have experience in Israel. But again, this is a pedagogical thing that we can discuss in a smaller forum if you're interested.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, guys.
In the reports, will any of these AI also give me some sort of indication whether the student was polite, used appropriate language, and was not just, like not using curse words and things like that, like knowing that culturally it is the student is speaking properly with the AI.
So with us,
Hello?
virtual, we actually can prepare for specific things that the student is saying, for example, cursing, like, sexual talks, and even, telling things that I don't want to live here anymore and stuff, and he can give you like immediate alert for this one. We can also integrate with external APIs, for example, to ask, for example, Grammarly or OpenAI or any other source you trust and has an API, how assertive it was, how fluent it was, etc.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's just a slippery slope, right? To define what is appropriate, what is not appropriate, right? Do we want the AI to define that and make those decisions? Can it have an opinion? Yes. Can you configure it in second nature? Yes. Do you want to do it? Not sure. But that's, I think, a longer discussion.
I think I can give you an example. Only today, I asked a student if he will be attending class tomorrow, and he wrote back, "Hell no." And I wrote, "Hell no is not an appropriate response to your teacher."
For that one, I would agree, for sure. So yes, you can filter out and see if someone was using slang or unprofessional wording within that, and make that part of the scoring or the feedback and be highlighted for the teacher as well.
Okay, I think we finished asking questions, and now we want to thank you again, also Eran and Eyal and Ariel. It was great. I hope you wrote down this suggestion and questions, and it's really nice you are קשובים, כן? Ears open to this question, and I think the variety is the most הכי לשימוש של תלמידים, להשתמש בכל מיני כלים, לא רק באחד, כל פעם להחליף, לשנות, ובעיקר לחשוב מה מתאים יותר לתלמידים שלכם ובאיזה שלב, ולהחליט. So I wish you good night, and thank you Sigalit, thank you Geyl, thank you Rachel, and Maha בטח הלכה. So good night and take care.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Thank you so much.